Wait, you don't have nothing to say about this lady possibly being possessed?
I was focused on the name because I know I'm finna murder it. Oh, don't put that in there.
It's a figure of speech.
Yeah, but
Bahot Bilat, strangers. I'm Brit Salamat.
And I'm Dee.
Welcome to another episode of It's a Strange World After All. The podcast where we discuss true crime cases, the supernatural, urban legends, conspiracy theories, and all of the things that keep the world strange.
Do you believe that someone could solve their own murder?
Do I believe that someone?
In today's episode, we discuss the case of Teresita Basa. Her tragic murder made headlines after her spirit allegedly helped authorities catch her killer.
Okay, I bet you're wondering what I was saying in the beginning of the show.
I just figured you were being extra.
No, it's a language from the Philippines. I don't want to mess up the name, I'm sorry. But I said Baho Balat. And then Salamat. So I was just speaking a little bit of that language since Teresita was from the Philippines.
You must have, never mind.
No, I know, I learned it. Okay, well, first of all, I just want to thank Angelica, for helping. She helped me with the pronunciation of the names. So I got you when we come up to names.
Okay, because I was like, oh my God.
She's our friend that we've talked about before, former roommate. She's from the Philippines as well, and she's actually sent me some great sound bites on how to properly say the names of the individuals involved. I was crying. I was like, you need to post these on YouTube. Like, you know how they do like the videos on how to say stuff?
Yeah.
I was like, you have.
Wait a minute. We should do the podcast as normal, and whenever one of us say the names, you just insert her voice over ours saying it.
Oh my gosh, I could actually probably do that. I'm gonna see how much time it takes.
That would be hilarious.
I might actually do that. But
that would be hilarious.
Yeah. You're not gonna ask what Baho, but like she also is the one that
mean?
She's also the one that taught me that, but it means her coochie stank. I didn't know. I didn't know how like to say greetings or anything. That's literally the only thing. And then salamat, which I think means thank you, if I remember correctly. I can only ever.
So you would rather you could have asked her how to say it. You didn't have to.
I just used to walk around. Wait, when I worked at the hotel, we had this. We had a couple of people from the Philippines on staff, and I would just walk around and be like, Baho Bilat, thank you, salamat. One time, this lady was like, who taught you that? Was it Angelica? Did Angelica teach you that? It's like, yes, thank Angelica for teaching me dirty language.
But why is that the first thing we want to learn when we're trying to learn another language?
It's the dirty words like in Spanish. Teresita Basa was born and raised in the Philippines. She graduated from Assumption College in Miami. in Manila.
I was like, Miami.
I was laughing at the fact that this college is called Assumption College. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
I'm going to do it again. Like, that's a weird name for a college.
It is. I didn't even think about
it. It sounds like a fake school. Where you graduate from? I graduated from Assumption College University. She graduated from Assumption College in Manila. She then moved to the United States and earned a master's degree in music from Indiana University. Even though she loved music, Teresita decided that she wanted to work in the medical field and became a respiratory therapist.
In 1977, at 47 years old, Teresita was living in Chicago and working at Edgewater Hospital. She decided to go back to school and was working on her doctoral thesis in music at Loyola University. In her spare time, she gave piano lessons out of her apartment.
So she's pretty talented, smart,
Yeah.
got some talents under her belt.
Yep.
On Monday, February 21st, 1977, Teresita worked her regular shift at the hospital and returned home. Around 7:30, she got a call from her friend Ruth, and they talked for about 20 minutes. She told Ruth she had to get off the phone because she was expecting a male visitor. At about 8:40 p.m., a couple who lived down the hall from Teresita thought they smelled smoke, but they were unable to determine the source.
Concerned, they called the building's janitor and he called the Chicago Fire Department and began evacuating the residents. Firefighters determined the smoke was coming from apartment 15B, which was Teresita's apartment. Once the fire had been extinguished, they came to the realization that this was not an accident.
Teresita was found on the floor naked with a kitchen knife in the center of her chest. Whoever killed Teresita had set the fire in order to destroy evidence. After killing her, the murderer threw a pile of clothing on top of her, then lit it on fire. They then placed her mattress on top of her and set it on fire as well. Because she was nude, detectives believed that she had likely been raped, but the autopsy showed no signs of sexual assault.
I'm trying to figure out why keep setting stuff on fire. Like, I know it's to destroy evidence, but I feel like it was just too much overkill because it's already done and you set it on fire. You set her on fire, then you put a mattress on top of her and set that on fire too.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
And the whole mattress being on top of her is weird to me.
Yeah. That is weird.
How did that happen? Was there a struggle or how did that happen?
Detectives searched Teresita's apartment for clues, but the murderer left no physical evidence behind. They did manage to find a memo that Teresita had written to herself, reminding her to get theater tickets for A.S.
Who in the hell is A.S.?
Good question.
Homicide detectives spent the following weeks interviewing Teresita's friends, coworkers, neighbors, and classmates. They learned that she was a quiet and polite woman who was very dedicated to her job and had no known enemies. After a few months, the case went cold. She does not strike me as someone that would have had a lot of enemies, which means that this had to have been either someone that was watching her or like a random attack.
Yeah, because I don't know where I was going with that, what I was about to say.
It happens sometimes, man.
In July of 1977, Detective Joe Statula arrived at work one morning to find a note on his desk asking him to call the Evanston Police Department. Joe immediately called, and an Evanston officer told him that they had received a call from someone claiming to have information about the murder. He was told to get in contact with Dr. Jose Chua, a doctor who lived in Skokie, a Chicago suburb.
It's getting good. It is getting good. Detective Statula and his partner, Detective Lee Eplin, interviewed the doctor at his home. Dr. Chua seemed to be embarrassed to tell the detectives what he knew. This is where shit gets strange. This is where things start to get strange. He asked the detectives if they had any belief in the occult or the supernatural. Dr. Chua said that he believed his wife, Remedios, had been possessed by the spirit of Teresita Basa.
Interesting.
Very, very interesting.
I mean, I've heard of this happening before, but it's not that strange to me because I'm used to seeing stuff like this. This is all that I watch. This is all that I, research. So
I've only seen it happen in Ghost. She was like, Chua, you in danger. So, okay.
I've heard of different cases where this has happened, but not to this extent, not to, solve a murder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Remedios, aka Remy. So if her name comes up, we're just gonna call her Remy from now on.
Not to be confused with Remy Ma.
Remy was also from the Philippines. She had been having strange dreams involving Teresita.
She was taking valerian root.
As a PSA, don't take valerian root unless you want to be creeped out.
I saw some at the store the other day too, but I didn't buy some. I'm gonna buy some for real next time.
Yeah, I think it takes a while to kick in. I think it took I took it 3 nights, and then the next night is when I had my nightmare.
If you want to know what valerian root is, I mean, you could look it up, but we talked about that on what episode? Was that? Well, yeah, what episode was that? Was it Jim Sullivan? Or
it may have been Jim Sullivan.
Maybe. But I mean, if you haven't heard it and you know what episodes you've missed, just go back and listen to all of them and you can hear a little bit about Dee's experience with valerian root.
Yeah, listen to all of them more than once. No, just
a couple of times.
Yeah. She tried to ignore them, but one day while she was asleep, she had gone into a trance-like state and started speaking to her husband in a voice that wasn't her own. Dr. Chua told detectives that Remy appeared to be almost comatose and he didn't recognize the voice she was using. I would have left.
She's trying to give you pertinent information, though. I want to hear what you have to say.
You can stay if you want to. I'm leaving.
I mean, as long as you're not saying like some crazy stuff, like I'm gonna listen and see what you have to say. And then as long as you're not saying like you're gonna kill, like some death stuff or like some Amityville horror type stuff, then I'll listen to what you have to say.
Yeah. Still wouldn't stay.
The voice told him that she was Teresita Basa and she needed his help. She claimed that she was murdered by a man named Alan Showery and she needed him to go to the police. She says that Alan came to her apartment to fix her TV, but he killed her instead. She made another plea for him to go to the authorities, and then the voice faded away.
If I would have stuck around long enough to hear that, then I would probably believe it.
If I would have stuck along. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was trying not to give it away, but yeah, what she said was really specific, and it's like, okay, this is worth looking into. That's why when people like those kids, which we've probably talked about them before, the ones that claim to have remembered their past life.
Oh yeah.
and they give like the ones that are giving like specific details like names, who they were with, where they lived. That's something that needs to be looked into, because no child is going to just make all of that up, because they don't even know what city, damn state they live in. You like, we living in Texas. Where you from? What state you live in? Dallas? No.
That's true. That's true. When Remy woke up, she had no knowledge of what had happened. The following week, the same thing happened, but this time the voice was angry because he hadn't gone to the police.
Mm.
I mean, I don't blame him. I would have listened, but I wouldn't have went to the police.
Okay.
Yeah. My name is Bennett and I ain't in it. I mean, I would have believed it, but I don't think I would have. I don't think if she made it clear when it happened. So it could have been from decades ago.
That's true. I don't know. I'm always like, what? I'm always trying to do the good thing. Also, there could possibly be a reward for helping figure this out. Like, not that he knows that there's an actual crime,
Yeah.
but I don't know if I would think, oh, well, if something like this really happened, I wonder if there's a reward attached to it. I don't know. Something worth looking into. Something worth looking into. I mean, he's a doctor, but still,
Yeah.
doctors need a little extra cash, a little extra cash. Pay off them damn student loans.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Chua told her that he wouldn't go to the police without any proof that Alan murdered Teresita. The voice then said that Alan had stolen several unique pieces of jewelry and had given it to his girlfriend. The voice then gave the names and numbers of 4 people who could identify the jewelry. That's when Dr. Chua decided to call the police.
Thinking about it the first time, I probably wouldn't do anything about it. But yeah, by the second time, I would be like, okay, this has gotten a bit more interesting. Like, you're giving names and phone numbers, and you have this specific thing, like the whole stealing the jewelry and then, giving it to his girlfriend. That's pretty specific. That's something that could be proven. So,
oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, let's check it out.
I mean, I would have been like, I would have lied. I'm like, I went to the police, but they just, they didn't say
Oh
that.
my God. You are trash. Nobody ever go to D with any emergencies.
Wait a minute.
Trash.
How is that trash?
After hearing all that, you would not have been like, okay, well, yeah, let me call the police, because something's weird. This is strange. Especially you who believe in the supernatural know for a fact that this has happened before.
But some stuff is not my business, though. But no,
wait, and obviously,
I'm not.
Obviously, now it is your business. She made it her business.
Well, maybe she's like what do you call those people?
She ain't. I'm sure she ain't. Because if she was, her husband probably would have been like, oh yeah, this is normal.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I would have to know when it happened, because if it was recent, then I would. But if it was like from decades ago, I wouldn't,
I would still call like he did. And then, like, if it was relevant, then it's going to be relevant. They're going to reach out like they did. If it's not, then they're not going to follow up. What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, I guess.
Yep, you're on your own. That ghost going to haunt the shit out of you. That ghost going to be like, okay, you didn't want to listen, huh? You didn't want to listen to me, huh? You watch Supernatural enough to know that spirits can turn vengeful. You going to turn her into a vengeful spirit.
I do.
Yeah. The detectives were skeptical of this story, but the name did match the initials on the memo Teresita had written to herself. After doing a background check on Alan, Detective Statula learned that he lived near Teresita and even worked at the same hospital. Detectives dropped by Alan's apartment unannounced. He was there with his girlfriend, Yanka Kamluk.
Initially, Alan denied going to Teresita's apartment, but changed his story after being confronted with the fact that he was overheard saying he was going there to fix her TV.
Stupid.
I was just gonna say people talk too much.
People do talk too much.
Like why do people need to know that?
I don't know. And then, like, it seems premeditated. So if you knew, sir, that you were going over here, because I don't understand why he just couldn't. Well, fudge. Okay. Whew. Hold on, because I'm trying to hold on to the story. So I, damn it. I have nothing to say then. Because I guess if he was really just going over there just to fix her TV, you wouldn't have anything to hide. Like, why wouldn't you be like, yeah, I'm about to fix the TV real quick? And yeah, who overheard him say this? Who was like he just like, was he talking to Yanka and was like, yeah, I'm gonna go over to Teresita's and I'm about to fix the TV.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know who heard him, but why would you just tell people? Like, I'm not telling anybody, oh, yeah, I'm about to go. Unless they were like, what are you doing after work or something like that. But
I
maybe
don't
that's
know.
what happened.
I don't know. So we're approaching this with the intent that he was just going over there. He was just going to fix the TV.
Yes.
What's his name? Me, Alan, Shari, am going over to Teresita's at 8:00 p.m. to fix the TV.
Oh my God. That is hilarious.
It's stupid.
He claimed that when he got there, he realized he didn't have the tools he needed, so he left. That's his story, and he's sticking to it.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so now that could actually explain why people overheard him say that, because maybe he was trying to build some sort of alibi for himself. Like, maybe he was like, oh yeah, I'm about to go fix the TV. Oh, actually, I couldn't fix the TV, so I came and then I left because I didn't have the right tools. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know.
Detectives then spoke to his girlfriend. They asked her if Alan had given her any jewelry lately. She said that he had given her a couple of pieces in February, telling her that it was a late Christmas gift. She was literally wearing the jewelry as she was being questioned. Detectives arranged for the people who could identify the jewelry to meet them at the station, and it was confirmed to be Teresita's. Why you do that? Why you do me like that? If I'm Yanka, how you gonna put me in this situation?
He probably honestly thought he was gonna get away with it.
I would not keep anything of a dead. First of all, I don't even want to keep nothing of a dead person's around anyway, unless I was close to that dead person or like I'm, saging and cleansing. But why would I, if I allegedly murdered someone or had something to do with someone's murder? You think I would keep that jewelry and give it to why you do that?
A lot of people do that though. A lot of killers do
That's
that.
stupid. It's not even a trophy. You literally didn't do how Dexter does a little blood samples. He puts them in the thing. He puts them up in the vent.
Mm-hmm.
Do you watch Dexter?
No,
You
but
just said,
I know.
oh, that's what he does.
I've only seen a couple episodes.
So yeah, he has his trophies, but you just for him, like no one knows. You know what I mean? Like they're just for him.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Unless you were gonna sell it. Now, if I was gonna sell it on the street, far, far away, maybe, because maybe I need the money for something. But I'm not just about to be like, oh, D, here's a Christmas gift.
Yeah, I mean, but again, a lot of people do that. As soon as Alan was confronted with this information, he confessed. He admitted that he decided to rob Teresita because he needed rent money.
You see what I'm talking about? If you needed rent money, why'd you keep the jewelry? Why did you keep the jewelry?
Oh, you should have just sold it.
Yes.
Yeah. Since she was already expecting him, she let him in willingly. As soon as she turned her back, Alan attacked her. He said that he took all of her clothes off to make it look like sexual assault. So yeah, he probably thought he was going to get away with it.
Yeah. They would be like, Oh, it's just another robbery gone bad.
No, he was probably thinking
Oh,
that
I
they would be
mean,
looking for a rapist
yeah,
or
sorry.
something.
That's what I meant to
Yeah.
say. Oh, it's just
Oh,
another rape gone bad. Yeah.
yeah. Alan only managed to find $30, so he grabbed some jewelry to make it worthwhile.
So Teresita lost her life because he needed rent money. She lost her life for $30 in some jewelry, which we don't know if it's nice jewelry or costume jewelry.
I think it was family heir, like passed down to her.
That makes it even worse because I'm still stuck on this jewelry situation. The thing that got him caught, which of course I mean I've wanted him to get caught because justice hopefully is going to be
Yeah.
served. But it's like you did all that for rent money, and if you did take family heirlooms, you had all the time in the world to pawn that.
He probably didn't know that it was family heirlooms, but like I said, some killers, because there has been a lot of cases where the killer has given jewelry to their girlfriends. A lot of cases.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my
Yeah.
true crime existence. Allen was arrested and charged with murder. On January 21st, 1979, the case went to trial but ended in a hung jury 4 weeks later.
This, I don't understand because he literally confessed. So, how is it a hung jury? He
I,
confessed. He did it.
I don't know, and I'm about to show his face. Isn't he Afro-Can American?
Yes.
I don't understand who was on his jury. I don't understand how a black man in 1979 could have got a hung jury in
Oh,
in
yeah.
something like this when they
Yeah.
were locking up people for for stuff that they didn't do and they weren't even there when the robbery happened, but
Yeah.
they spent time like I don't understand jury. Who was on his? We should look that up. We should look up who was on the case. While in prison awaiting retrial, Allen decided to plead guilty in exchange for a lighter sentence. Okay, yeah, that's why I was confused. So, okay, so he confessed, but he never
Oh,
actually gave a
okay.
guilty plea.
But still, he did it.
He actually confessed. They had a confession.
Yeah, what more do you need than him saying, "Yeah, I did it"?
I, people overheard him say, "Hey, I'm about to go to Teresita's to repair the TV." he gave he gave his woman her jewelry. Like, yeah, what more do you need?
Yeah.
It is rumored that he decided to plead guilty because he was visited by Teresita's ghost in prison.
She was not playing. She was like, "Y'all gonna get him."
Hell to the no, I didn't deserve this. I was nice. I had degrees.
She was not playing. That's how you should be.
I wish every spirit could do that. You know what I mean? Like in any case, like
Yeah.
when somebody kills somebody and they get away with it or the case goes cold, I really wish we could just come back and be like, say, player. I wouldn't even go to nobody else. I literally would haunt the person that killed me. Say, you know what you did every day? I'm in the fridge. I'm in the bathroom. I'm sitting at the top of the bed. Like you will never get sleep until you turn yourself in. Sorry.
There's a famous painting. Have you seen it? It's like everybody's at a funeral and the dead person is rising up out of the coffin and pointing at somebody, pointing at their killer.
No, I've never seen
Yeah,
that.
I was like, I want it, but I'm sure it's expensive.
Probably. You could probably look up I don't want to say knockoffs. I don't know what you call those replicas, bootlegs. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones that they would just
Yeah.
sell to like Home Goods or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Home goods.
so such culture for Home Goods. Y'all got a Vincent Van Gogh? They do sell stuff like that. D, stop playing. Allen was sentenced to 14 years for murder, 4 years for robbery, and 4 years for arson. Allen ended up serving only 5 years before being released on parole. Again, this is a Negro. He is a black man in the 70s. Well, now the 80s. I'm not understanding.
Well, he did get a lighter sentence because he confessed, but you would still think it's murder, though.
It's murder. Okay, so I'm sorry. If you don't agree with us, you don't have to listen to us at any point. If I'm wrong about something, I'll admit I'm wrong about something, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say if Teresita was white, that I don't think that would have happened. I think
Oh,
because
yeah,
she was a person of color, like come
exactly.
on.
Yeah. Sad,
It is sad.
but true.
Yeah. These are just our opinions. You don't have to take them personal, whatever. But, statistics don't lie.
They don't. And that's not even our opinion. It's a fact.
I mean, we don't know for sure because she wasn't white. So we don't know for sure. But all I'm saying is when the Central Park 5 happened, when that crime happened, there was that rape, and then they threw that black woman off the building like that week before, and it didn't get nearly as much media coverages.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I'm saying.
There you have it.
Yeah.
So, did Teresita really solve her own murder? Remy was actually a respiratory therapist at the same hospital as Teresita, but they didn't work the same shift. They did, however, meet in orientation. Remy did work with Allen, and some people claimed she was afraid of him. So, all they're trying to say is she made it up, basically.
Do we know how long she supposedly was afraid of him? Like, has she always been afraid of him, or you see what I'm saying? Or was it after the death people were noticed that she was afraid of him?
She was probably just scared of him in general because he, I mean, everybody want to say that they're afraid of black men, but I don't know how he was.
Well, yeah, but outside of that, I don't know. I'm trying to excuse the fact of people saying, oh, well, she was already afraid of him. Like, because if it happened after Teresita died or after she feels like Teresita came to visit her, then she would have a right to be afraid of him. You know what I mean? That's what I was trying to figure out. One theory is that Remy suspected that Allen was the murderer, but she was too afraid to go to the police. So she made up being possessed by Teresita's ghost.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, that she was afraid of him afterwards because she suspected him. But the thing that doesn't make sense to me is if she did make it up, how did she know the specific details, like about the jewelry?
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure the police didn't know about the jewelry because they didn't know about anything.
Right.
So how would she know?
That is true. Also, why would she have like phone numbers and names of the people close to Teresita because they're close with Teresita?
That too, yeah. Maybe they did really know each other outside of work, and maybe that's how she knew about the jewelry.
That's a possibility.
I don't know. Because the whole thing is she's saying she couldn't have made it up because she doesn't know her.
Like all that well.
Yeah. But they do work together. They don't work the same shift, but they have met before.
She probably don't know her like that.
Yeah.
She probably doesn't know her like that then.
But yeah, that's all.
Okay. Remy always denied this. Detectives involved also support the claim of supernatural interference because they have no other explanation for what happened.
Whether Remy made the story up or not, Teresita's murder was still solved. The case would go on to be featured on the television shows Unsolved Mysteries and Beyond Belief. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I think I knew about Unsolved Mysteries, but not Beyond Belief, and that used to be my show.
Yeah, I thought about you when I saw that.
So now I need to go, because it's on Amazon Prime. I'm gonna have to go look for that episode.
Oh yeah, I'll watch it too. Because I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever watched, or maybe I have watched it. I don't know. I'll find out when I look at it. Because the story sounds familiar, and I didn't know any names associated with it. So I knew prior to this, I'd never read any articles about it.
Yeah. Teresita Basa will always be remembered as the woman who solved her own murder.
She's a bad mama jamma.
So, what are your final thoughts?
I honestly, I want to believe in the supernatural. I want to believe in an afterlife. I'm a believer. I could believe her if I tried. I honestly I believe the story that Remy's telling. I believe that they knew each other. But I don't believe that they knew each other like that. And I think too, that's probably why Teresita chose her. Like maybe she was like, okay, yeah, like, okay, we all work together in a way. We all work in the same place. She knows him. I feel like she can get this job done. So I'm going to go to her.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I see that.
You?
Pretty much the same. I believe her because of the information. If she didn't have all that information, I probably, would have thought she was crazy, but she knew stuff that nobody else knew, not even the police.
Yeah.
So I'm leaning towards she was telling the truth and Teresita solved her own murder.
Yeah, there we go. Someone solved their own murder. They solved it. And Teresita, if you're out there, if you're listening, if you haven't like gone wherever, we all go when we die, come visit me and just let me know your ways, because I want to be ready just in case. You got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. And I just want to know if a month ever try to step to me, that I
God.
could, come back and haunt the crap out of them.
Okay.
Thanks, Teresita. That's all, folks.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at It's a Strange World Podcast and on Twitter at Pod Strange World. Also on Facebook at It's a Strange World After All. Also, follow us on our Instagram so you can see our Myth Mondays and Strange Saturdays. That's something new that we're working on.
Yes, thanks. Yes. Yes, we would love to hear from you. Tell us what you think about this case. Do you believe that Remy was really possessed by Teresita? Or do you believe that Remy was just afraid and made it all up? What do you believe? Also, if there is anything in the world of strange that you would like for us to cover, let us know. Even if I'm not going to say that. I'm going to actually say what I would love you guys to do for me, because my birthday is exactly in 1 week from today. My birthday is August 5th. Pew, 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 pew. It is my 30, pew, 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 pew. 30, flirty, and thriving, pew, pew. My Cash App is $THATBABEBRIT. That Babe Brit, just like my Instagram. If you also have my personal page on Instagram, but no periods, because you can't use anything except for letters and numbers on Cash App. So it's just that Babe Brit. Yeah, I changed it because I didn't want to have my whole government name, just in case, the listeners.
I didn't know you. I'm old. I didn't know you could change it.
Yes, you can only change it like 3 times though. So they're like,
oh,
sure. But I was like, yeah, let me, just in case people are feeling, generous. My birthday.
Yeah, because I didn't want to put my name on mine. Okay,
yeah,
but
yeah, looking to change yours because your birthday's this month too. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not gonna tell you how old I am though.
I'm proud to be 30 going on 21. That's what people say, I look young, so,
Okay. Thank you for tuning into another episode of It's a Strange World After All.
Also, wait, really quick. If you cannot send any monetary donations, I completely understand. We would love for our birthdays just to get more audience engagement, get our reviews up, get our likes up, get our streams up, share us. That would be the best birthday gift ever. If like we could even 1,000 shares would be pretty cool. Hundreds of shares would be pretty cool. And thank you so much. Thank you so much, as always, for keeping it strange with us. Baho belat salamat.
Don't do that.
No, I will say salamat, salamat, salamat. Thank you.
Okay, that's better. Thank you.
Bye.